the three dresses that you're about to see are so versatile on different women, highlighting their assets, making them look phenomenal, that you're going to turn to these dresses time and time again. And whether we are in the process of aging or whether your weight is fluctuating, maybe you're going up, maybe you're going down, maybe you're riding that merry-go-round, you know?
Everyone does. I got 4 different sizes in my own closet, right?
Within a limited window, these dresses are really going to look good on you, no matter if you go through all of these different style changes.
So they're not only versatile, they'll grow or shrink with each of us too.
Yes.
All right, well, should we just get started then?
Yeah, I think we should. You know, the three dresses we're going to talk about today
are
the fitted A-line. Think
fitted A-line.
Yes.
A-line, very forgiving on everyone.
Yes, because it's very fitted on the top, and then you have a nice flare in the skirt, and somehow cinched at the waist, whether that's a belt or whether that's through sewing or a visual detail, right?
Gotcha.
Think 1950s classic silhouette.
Right.
Then we have ruching, which you probably have seen in the store a great deal.
I love that. It hides a multitude of sins, and it never looks wrinkled.
That's right.
Great tip.
Happens to be the type of fabric that ruching works well with. And for a definition, it's a seam with ruffles on either side, which is very alluring to the eye and very forgiving to the body.
Nice.
And then we have the silhouette dress, which has really grown in popularity, especially the last 2 years.
But I think this is the one that, unless you have a perfect body, you're most intimidated to try on or look at.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I actually think it's like color blocking on style steroids, if you will.
Right.
Because it can give your figure a totally new figure.
I think the color blocking is the key. Yeah. Because if you just look at a very slim dress, you would be intimidated to try that on in a lot of cases, unless you had like a very athletic build.
So part of the process.
But the color blocking is really the key.
It is.
Cool.
It is.
Cool.
And where it draws the eye.
Nice. So we're going to prove this point with actual humans, our terrific viewers. Please welcome Francie, Corinne, and Mabel. You all look amazing, but we're going to talk about each look one at a time. Why don't we start with Francie?
Yes. So Francie's going to have her moment in the spotlight. She self-described herself to us as a boyish figure, straight up and down. And where, of course, she has a waist, right? But when you're straight up and down, you really have to mark that waist. You can see with this fitted A-line dress that it's that little cummerbund of sewing around the waist that brings our eyes right there. Also, she, in her former life, before she was a mother of 2, stay-at-home mom, was a dancer. So we want to show off those great legs.
Beautiful figure.
And when you have the flare of the skirt, it does just that. It's almost like this beautiful silhouette is built into the dress. You don't have to think about it, really adding a lot of femininity to her figure.
And you know, if you have hips, like myself, it can hide anything you don't want to show off, you know what I mean?
What I like to say, if you eat the afternoon burrito, nobody will know.
A bonus! So let's also look at it on Corinne and Mabel, if you look at the monitor there. So you can really see it works on all 3 ladies. And they all look so ladylike and classic and just beautiful.
Yes, Corinne self-described herself as curvy, right? So we need to balance the curves on top and bottom. We define the waist so that, and that kind of reins in the top half and also the bottom half and just looks absolutely sensational on her. She's also petite, so we want to see that bare leg because that creates a sense of length. And then, of course, we have Mabel, who describes herself, and she came to us, she goes, listen, I'm small-chested, and sister, I am right there with you. So,
well, I ain't got nothing to brag about over here, so.
Part of the surprise here is that the fabric is actually a medium weight, so that adds some volume and some weight to her upper half and makes her look more busty.
Beautiful. Ladies, you look great in that dress. You look great in all.